Hello Hunters, I'm the SurvivalVis, and welcome to our new series on the channel, Hirschfelden Expeditions. We're back in the Hunter Classic with a bit of a fan favorite map because this next expedition series is going to be tackling Hirschfelden. We've got a lot of equipment to actually set us up on this hunt, so we should be pretty good off. And the loadout is going to be a bit different than what we're usually doing, because we're going to only go with the longbow and the shotgun for this first weekend. Figure try these out. The longbow kind of feels fitting to use on a European-style map, and the shotgun is just nice to change it up to something a little more close quarters than the easy pickings a rifle can give you. As for the equipment, we've got a ton of stuff to use here. We've got the hog squeal collar, the roe deer collar, the jackrabbit collar for foxes, we've got the pheasant collar, the red deer collar, and I picked up a couple of new items. They are the deer rattle and the, come on, bring up fallow deer urine spray. So these are for the new animal that got added in recently to the game, the fallow deer. And that's the big reason why we're on to Hirschfelden as our next series. We're going to see about trying to tackle that, get what we can in our little time out here, and see how we do. So we're all set up, and I'm going to load the shotgun up, and we'll see if we can get lucky and get a few animals for our first episode. Yeah, so, no, actually, it looks like we're starting out with a little bit of a find here. Got a little mushroom we can pick up. That's just a common mushroom. Now, as for where I'll try putting the tent, I'm thinking maybe I'll put it up in this area here, because the lodges cover pretty much most of the map with their connection here. I guess maybe you could put, like, a tent here to access more up in this area, but yeah, it feels like 2/3 of the map are covered or within reach of the location of the two lodges. It might just be that upper area I'll try putting a tent up at in order to get to the last parts of it. I haven't really reach too well. But the only thing we're super going to try to hopefully get in this series is going to be some fallow deer, because I think the last time we were here on Hirschfelden, we got most of the species already. Like, I think in just the reserve tours, we got the foxes, the pheasants, the red deer, the roe deer. I think we got everything except for the Canadian geese, which I don't have a setup for them, so I don't know if we'll buy the setup for them, or we'll save that for on another map. I'll have to figure that out to see. But it did take a little chunk of the GM to get the urine spray and the deer rattle, but at least the deer rattle has a dual purpose. It's good for both the fallow deer and the reindeer. So if we do have a Hemeldal Expedition series, which we probably will eventually, that'll be a good tool to bring into that map. But for now, we'll just go about, see how we do, see what animals we can get, and just try to have a good old hunting time. I want to use the shotgun to kind of make it so it's not quite as easy pickings with the rifle. Like, we actually have to have some skill bringing the animals in, being careful, and figuring out our approaches. I don't know how well that'll work on certain animals, because there might be some where it really is we'll have to just wait more for them to come to us than, like, we can go to them. But we'll see how things go. It's just nice to switch up our usual loadout from how easy the rifles can generally be. Okay, we've actually got an interesting chance right up here. So this is going to be our roe deer calling. Now, it's hard to say how it'll be for trying to bring it in. Because we do have the collar, but okay, you know what? Let's start with our usual, which is the scent eliminator. Yeah, get that applied on. And maybe we'll try getting visual first before we make a call. Because the roe deer can be deceiving little buggers. Sometimes you think it might just be one up ahead of you, but it could actually be a group or a few of them. So you might have your sights set on one, but then a snitch or two will be on your sides, or they'll come up and they can ruin your opportunity pretty quickly. That's why I just wanted to see if I can get a visual on it first, and then we'll look at trying to call it in. The terrain might make it a little hard to do, though. Okay, let me try getting a little up on here. I think it should be... There it is. Looks like it's on its own, and looks like it might be a bit of a smaller one. Now, we'll have to see how I want to take this first one. The shotgun will probably be the most reliable method to bring out, but I wouldn't mind trying to use the longbow on it either. The longbow, I don't have, well, much of any real use with it. I basically just went to Red Feather Falls for a little bit of target practice to kind of get an idea for how the feel of it is, so I probably would feel more confident using it on, like, say, the red deer or the fallow deer. Kind of bigger targets, so it might be easier to hit the vitals you need for them. But we can see how it goes for a roe deer, too. I just can't see him to know if he's actually... Oh. Ah, no, that's a female. Shoot. That's not who we want in first. So I think this one is going to definitely want to be the shotgun for trying to take him down. Looks like he's coming in. Oh, he's not actually too bad. There we go. Yeah, don't let the snitches come in before the male, before your actual target. Sometimes you gotta go for the longer shots, but the shotgun, it probably has even better range a little further out. But I figured with that female right there, she would give us away before we'd be able to try getting the bow with him. Actually, he's not too bad looking from once I get up closer to him. I thought he was a little smaller, but maybe it's just because of how his ears were in comparison. Let's see here. That might actually not be bad. 50 GM for one animal is pretty good, actually. Yeah, so let's just do a little spin. Bring out our shotgun. Oh, and there was a mission completed, so I'll actually start getting back a little bit of the GMs I spent for the fallow deer gear. And let's get a nice picture like that. Okay, so we've already gotten our first animal. Starting off pretty strong with, again, 50 GM. Okay, so now we gotta figure out. Do we want to go up north or south? I'm kind of feeling maybe to the south. I feel like that might have a better variety for, like, the red deer, maybe even fallow deer, too. I actually don't know where to look for the fallow deer on the map, because I forgot to check the animal distribution charts on the Hunter Wiki, so it's kind of just going out a bit blind. And both of the lodges generally have, like, a little thing that says, like, you'll find these animals commonly around them. The fallow deer was at both. So I don't really know if there's a preference they have over one or the other. But we'll kind of just go around and see if we can hear any calls or anything. If we do hear a fallow deer call, and if we can identify it as a male call, I think we should have that ability just from the gate. Then that is what the antler rattler is perfect for, or the deer rattler is for. Because it should only attract the males of the species. It's not like a generic call that will bring in male and female like the roe deer there. Yeah, we got our first one. We're all loaded up. And I think we're basically good to stick to the buckshot for everything aside from the red deer and the wild boar. Yeah, it's feral hog on other maps, it's wild boar on this map. Now, we do got some droppings here. So let's see what they're from. Might be another roe deer. Yeah, they look like little pellets. They're probably a roe deer. Fallow, actually. Okay, we might have our first fallow sooner than I was expecting. But I don't see any other tracks kind of give us a clue of, like, direction, so I think what we'll do is we'll head south, because this road here gives pretty good visibility into all the field down here. So we might be able to spot fox, roe deer, red deer. We might be able to find any number of things from the lookout up ahead. So we'll see if we can use that and try to spot a nice one to try going after. Also keep our ears open too. We'll probably hear some of the Canada geese flocks make noise. There is actually an option you can toggle in-game, I'm pretty sure. Either in-game or in somewhere else, but I thought there was an option to actually turn off like the sounds of like the flocks going over on the maps. Just if you get a little annoyed or you hear the calls too often, you can disable that. Actually, maybe we'll take a quick check right now to see if that's in the options. Options, Yeah, see, I thought there was something that... Oh, here we go. Yeah, disable flock sounds, on or off. So you can turn off, like, the flocks of bird sounds flying over. I'll probably keep them because, unless they get to be really extreme, they're not too bad to have. They add a little bit more life to the map. Yeah, you can see you've got pretty good visibility out from the road here. So I was hoping maybe we might be able to see or hear something if we're looking off to the south, but it doesn't seem like I can spot anything moving right now. And then maybe what we'll do is we'll try circling up back into this area, because that's, I think, a grove of evergreen trees that I didn't get to show off on the reserve tours, I don't believe. I'm trying to remember what route I took for the reserve tours. I know this one, I think we went from this lodge and went up into this area, but I can't remember where we went from this one. I think we just stayed more into the southern reaches of the map, but I can't be certain. But yeah, we'll try to show off more of the map, we'll see how it goes. Because it is a fan favorite, and depending on how the hunts go, this might even be another 10-episode series. We'll try to see how it goes. It might be stuff, again, we've kind of hunted before and shown off, but sometimes it can be a little nice to spend more time, be a bit more in-depth on certain maps, or going after certain animals. And with the new fallow deer, it would be nice to try to really see and get a few we can take with us. We have only gotten a single, taxidermized trophy animal, which is the doll sheep from Whiterime. I probably should have tried to get, like... I wonder if that one cougar I got on Timber Gold would have been... I'll have to remember, if there are certain animals that seem to bring in a very high GM amount, to check them up against the leaderboard and see how they score. And so far, nothing along here. I was hoping we might hear something from this direction, but doesn't seem like it. I don't... I might be able to go... I'm debating whether I should try actually, like, jogging our way up to this area, or just to keep walking. Maybe for sake of it, I'll just keep walking, just to try to see. Because with how it is pretty hilly here, I feel like if I try running, I could definitely scare a lot of stuff around, or scare a lot of stuff away just in that little bit of pursuit I'm trying to do. For the sake of speeding things up, I might actually ruin chances for myself. Oh. We got ourselves a red deer. Okay, so this time we have... Well, actually, we have the collars for every animal, basically. So let's see if we can bring this guy in. Okay, and general direction-wise... Yeah, so it's basically just up there from the tower. Oh, actually a little lower. And again, I just usually use that as like a direction frame of reference to get an idea of where should I try to be looking out for them. And I'll just double check the timing on this. Oh yeah, we got plenty of time for that. And speaking of the flock sounds, there's that. Okay, so flock Canada geese just going over. I don't know if we'll be able to pull it in from this far away or not, but we'll give it a shot to see. I am thinking maybe using the longbow on this one, because, again, red deer are much larger than the little roe deers. One of the things about trying to go for the roe deer is with their sizing, they're kind of tiny things at times, so using archery equipment can be a little difficult unless you're really sure of where you're aiming. Whereas a big red deer is basically... I don't think it's as big of, like, a North American elk, but it's still a fair-sized animal. It's definitely bigger than the white-tailed deer. So we'll have to see. I'll keep my eyes forward to up there and just try to look out for it as it comes over the hill. I can probably stay upright like this for now. I just have no idea where it might pop out or if it even is like being brought in. Okay, come on. It's probably slow moving, but I'm hoping we can see it poke off. Actually, maybe just in case, if I do get surprised, I'll switch this out for the slugs. I'd like to try with a longbow more, but I also don't want to lose an opportunity because I'm trying to be a little too tunnel-visioned. Let's make sure we're adaptable to whatever we're dealing with. And this is a pretty good area to have, like, visibility around us, so I don't think I'll be caught off guard if something might start coming in from a different direction. But it can be a little hard just playing the waiting game. So I don't know if it's actually being brought in or not. That's sometimes where it actually pays more to get up to a spot where we can actually see the animal and then try calling it in, so that way you have the feedback of, okay, I am bringing it in, or no, it's not reacting yet, I have to get closer. I feel like that might be the case with this one. I might be a little too far out where I am. Sometimes you'll also get reply calls back from the animals if you've done calls to them, but you can't really bank on getting them to know for sure. I'm going to try crawling up to the top of this hill and see. I don't want to spend too long waiting because I do have a series I'm trying to do here, so... Yeah, we can always take the shotgun out and just be ready with the slugs in it. Yeah, this is about straight onto it. Now, for the sake of speed, you might want to have, like, been in a crouch more than the full prone to go up, but knowing my luck, I'd be doing that, and just as I'm about to get to the top of the hill, that's when we'd see it, and it would see us, and it would bolt. So I'm just going to try to be a little bit more cautious about it, and see if we can approach and stay undetected if it is anywhere in the nearby area. Oh, there's something to the right. Oh, that's a call I've never heard. Well, that explains why I've never heard it. We've got a fallow deer. You know what? I will put that down on the map. I'm just going to crawl up and see what if this is like actually the top of the hill or it's still pretty rough terrain up here. Because, oh, yeah, and there's a little mission objective. Because if there's a tower just up ahead, I have to imagine it can't be too bad around that. Usually the towers are in places that Okay, maybe it's just the wing flaps I was hearing. I thought I heard, like, footsteps or something. Maybe I'll actually turn off the flock sounds, because they can be distracting in the middle of something like this. Okay, you know what? I haven't heard any calls back. I'm going to get up to this and just try seeing what's up here. I haven't heard any steps of anything moving about. No reply calls from the red deer that was up here. So I am thinking that it has gone on its way. Okay, so the tower is actually in an area with quite a bit of vegetation around it. I guess this is probably meant to be more of a rifle tower with how you have the view down to the south. So since I haven't heard anything else... Yeah, I haven't heard anything else from the red deer, but it seems like I might be able to get ourselves a fallow for this episode. So let me just see about changing the equipment up a bit. That for the rattle call, that for the buckshot. Oh, no. There we go. And I should be able to see that. Oh, there we go. Is that a male? No, females. Ah, shoot. Looks like it just might be a herd of females down there. Now, I'm not going to make... Well, only the males should be drawn in by the call, so I might be able to use that, actually. I don't know if it's just the lighting or that one has a different... Almost looks like that one has a different coat color than the others. But yeah, it looks like unfortunately it is just a herd of females. I was hoping maybe there'd be a male in with them, but does not look like it. Shoot. Yeah, is there anything beyond them? Or is that... That might actually just be the herd I heard calling earlier, and I put the marker down for. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think we're going to go for any of them. It would be interesting to see if that one actually is classified as like a different color. I think with it... Okay, yeah, so that must be the female call. So at least we know that. Unfortunately, haven't heard anything else male-wise, so I'm going to head back to the road and keep going on the way we were. At least we were able to see some of them, so it's not like a new elusive animal we'll never get an encounter with, but it is a shame that it didn't quite work out how I was hoping it would this episode. I was hoping we would have been able to call that red deer in, get that taken down, and then maybe even getting a fallow deer after that, but we'll see about sticking to this road as it winds back up north behind the lodge. Yeah, we'll keep the buckshot in for now, just in case there's anything else up this way. But sometimes it can just be like this, where you'll hear things, you'll try, you'll wait, but they doesn't exactly go to plan. You just gotta do your best and keep trying, really. And who knows, maybe we'll even get lucky and we'll hear a call from something else as we're going up this way. Now, we do got dropping... That's just the fallow deer, so... we won't worry about those. These look larger than roe deer. This might be more red deer stuff here. Yeah, that's more red deer. Although it looks like... Okay. This one came down an interesting route. So this one seemed to have followed the road and then taken a hard right turn there into going west. Oh. Actually, I'm not sure what it was up to, because some of the tracks were pointing south, these ones pointing north. I don't know if it's circled around here for a little while before taking a different direction or what. We'll just keep working our way north and see what we can find. I don't want to end the episode quite yet, because I would like to try to at least get 2 animals this first episode off. So we'll see what we can find with a little bit more time. But yeah, sometimes the episodes start out pretty well and you're able to get a bunch of animals. Other times it's a little slower going and you just have to kind of trudge your way through it. I'm going to have a little drink of water while we wait. And then this will bring us closer to this little grove area here. Oh? I don't know if that's just like ambient roe deer or that's something else. It reminds me of their warning calls almost. I don't see anything up the road from here. Does look like we'll have a couple of little bodies of water to the left there. Oh, we got tracks from something. Let's see what it might have been. Well, it looks like more red deer tracks. Yeah, this should tell us whether it was pretty recent or these are really old. Fairly old. They might still be in the area if they were just like circling, but more likely than not, they're passed by a while ago. Yeah, we'll snag the last one just so we can have the 3 combined. See, that's honestly where I think you should get the most experience for like trying to level up your skills. If you get 3 tracks consecutively of the same animal, I figure that would be, like, give you the most experience-wise, but it's, I think, only, like, the unique tracks you find give you the most. It's just an odd system. Well, it does seem like it was following the road, though, because that one had a lesser amount of time passed. So it looks like this one has had a pretty steady diet with all the droppings it's been leaving. Yeah, this looks like we just got a couple of small little bodies of water here. I don't think the Hunter Classic has need zones as much as Call of the Wild does, but this could be an area you could try watching out for, just in case you might have repeat, like, visitors. Well, we'll just continue on our way. With how old the tracks are, I don't think it'd be worth it to follow them off into the bush like they seem to be going. We'll probably just stick to the road and see if we can get anything making more noise or up ahead. No. Actually, it is up ahead. It might not be too bad getting the wild boar this episode. Okay, let me switch this out for the slugs, because that's what's going to be ethical for those. And the hog squealer, okay, it is right there. And we'll see if we can pull it up here. Like, if I can't get up to this tree, I might... Oh, actually, did I bring the first... I did not bring the first aid kit, so I might have to be careful about that. It might be best to use the shotgun here just to make sure I don't get run down by this boar. I think if they get wounded, they won't run at you, but I also can't be certain. Well, we'll see if we can try to get this one, and then we'll end the episode off with, hopefully, a couple of animals. That roe deer was a fairly nice one, and we'll see if this boar... I can't remember. I think the females will have tusks, but I don't think they're going to be as high-scoring as the males. I think this is another one of the species where you can get a little bit for the females, but you probably not worth it as much. Actually, I'm even going to see, because I'm going to be using close-quarter weapons more so, maybe I'll try just going prone and going up along the curve of the road here. From where it looked like on the minimap, I think it's up on the hillside in some of the tree line a bit here. So even if I can just spot it going along up there, I could stop, try calling it down, and then be ready just to blast it with the shotgun. I'll just keep going and seeing. Okay, so it sounds like we might have a few of them up here. So this might be a good time for the shotgun more so than the bow, just in case... I doubt I'd be fast enough to actually get multiple with the shotgun, but you never know. I've pulled off some crazier stuff with my dumb luck, so we'll see how this might go. Well, we at least know that we got an extra call. It was from a different animal, but it was basically along the edge of the road. So I'm thinking I'm going to try to be just a little bit up, so that way I kind of have both sides. If they're back in the tree line a little more, I can just look up that way. Or if they're down, I have the uphill advantage. We'll see how this goes. Yeah, this is the southern tip of that evergreen grove I mentioned. You can see the change in foliage immediately right there. It's basically like a line was cut right into the forest and separated them. I was kind of expecting to have seen one starting to trot in. I'm going to stay low and crouch further up. It looks like this might actually crest at the top of like a hill here, and I can look a little bit ahead. And I'm just going to double check. I have some time left on the... not a lot of time, so that'll wear off in probably a moment, but I think I should be able to at least let it do that. Yeah, I was expecting to have heard one trotting in by now. Okay. Okay, Scent Eliminator just wore off. Says it's very close into this area here. Should be able to see it. Oh, down there. Okay, let's see about spotting it. What is it? Male, female? Ah, there's dumb grass. Okay, that's just a female. Oh, that's one behind it too, yeah. Okay, let's see what that one is. Are they both females? Yeah, they're both females. I think that should be... Yeah, we'll just get the one. Yeah, it's still a good range for the shotgun to be able to take, but... I was hoping one of them might have been a male, but at least we did get a second animal for this first episode off. I usually I want to get at least one animal per episode, because otherwise that's not really much to show you guys, so... It might not have been the most impressive one to get, but it is at least another animal. And how much does she go for? Yeah, 12 GM. I'm definitely thinking there's the big point disparity, but at least it's a little bit of money for her. Oh, and there's a mission complete. So, thank you guys so much for joining me on this episode of Hirschfelden Expeditions, our first one for the new series. We'll be right back with the next episode tomorrow, and we'll see if we can get some more animals. Try to go for red deer and fallow deer. Get the big deer species if we can. But thank you guys so much for joining me on this episode. If you did enjoy the premiere, be sure to give it a like. And if you have any comments, tips, or tricks, be sure to comments right down below. Until I do see you in the next video, hunters and survivors, please remember, as always, to take care, stay alive, and happy hunting.